Oh, what is up, down, and sideways, all you beautiful individuals? We are back for part 2 of our 2025 best plays of the year. The second half of it is number 12 to number 1. I'm talking Wombo combos. I'm talking individual outplays. I'm talking unsuspecting heroes on some of the biggest stages. We got international events, we got domestic events, and we got, first and foremost, an event that you probably forgot existed, and you'd be forgiven if you completely forgot that the Asia Invitational was a tournament that ever happened. And bonus points if you remember who won the event. Pause for reflection. It was BNK Fear X, and not only did they leave that event with a title, but they also, and more importantly, left with one of the best plays of the tournament, and ergo the year. Of course, it's Diable flashing forward into 4 people, doing 9,000 damage, and more importantly, check out the dodge on the Cassiopeia ult, because even your boy Perseus would be proud of that one.
Nongshim have 5 members with Baron. Raptor gets caught going forward. These poison fangs are really starting to hurt. Clear onto the back line, though. How much can he get out of this Counter-Strike, though? Not much. Jiwoo gets himself back out. Diable has to step up and be huge with the Arc of Ruin. Diable's flashing forward, and he's gonna take out everybody through and through. It's Diable to survive and thrive for BNX. Gets the slow onto Kingin, and he's the only one taking up to tell the tale. Diable diff in game 3.
In this instance, the problem is you cannot allow Diable to get free into this fight. The entirety of your peel should be used on making sure that Diable is not free onto the backline, because Calyx is not in danger, Jiwoo is not in danger. If you can get Diable into a spot where he can't flash immediately and kill your Poppy and kill your Caitlyn, things can be playable. It's a great charm from Vikla as well onto Calyx to really stun him.
Even in a world with Ruler, Viper, Guma, Yushi, all the other star 80 carries in the LCK, Diable is still a guy who's finding ways to stand out time and time again as a rookie. As a rookie, to be able to do that. Absolutely one of the most exciting players to watch within the LCK. Number 11 now. It's pretty cool, but not that rare to hit a 4-man stun on a whole bunch of different champions, but doing it on Syndra when the 4 players are all in completely different positions. Now that is a number 11 worthy play, and obviously BDD understood every assignment in his high school geometry classes.
And Perfect gonna get flashed on here by Kellen towards the top side. We get the full zoom out as Raptors come back. That is the Crocodile going down, but another Raptor is going to fall, and it's Nocturne that collects that kill, and now they're trying to burst this one down. They might be able to do so, but the culling comes through. Diable looking to try and knock them down. Sobro happy to get out of the fight. It's now Peter down to 100. The scatter is once again phenomenal, and KT just have that little bit more left in the tank. B&K will be cut down.
Fight is already won. I want you to look at these health bars and tell me that this isn't already kind of over. But that
was sick.
Was one of the coolest scatters, because for everyone else to be that splintered and you still hitting all of that's awesome.
Yeah. By the way, those LCK weekly Mad Movie edits, some of the slickest, cleanest edits that you will see for highlight plays throughout the week. So make sure you check them out as they unfold. Into the top 10 now, and all of a sudden, what is that, a repeat sighting? Did somebody talk about flashing forwards into 4 people? Was it me 2 plays ago? Well, the reason Diable quickly made himself a household name, and the OG eye-popping play started with one of the cleanest and most brave pentakills that you might ever see, and this one deserves an extra mega shout out to Kellen for the Tom Kench gameplay on this one.
Palu on the flank, trying to set up that multi-pronged engage we were talking about. Meanwhile, B&K are going forward. There's the knock-up, but no follow-up from the side of Croco. Now he goes in, the combo comes in, but Diable's already excited, and he gets a double, looking for a bit more. The kiting is insane out of this guy, and he's looking for a fourth. There's the Penta out of Diable! You cannot stop him tonight!
And that's gonna be the game! A final Hail Mary for the bros! But Diable flashes the shockwave. ends up winning the fight. Ocean Soul paying dividends.
Just counting down the days until this young kid, rookie phenom, gets added to one of these actual star organizations within the LCK or the LPL, because you know he's going to get a massive payday unless BNK Furex end up surprising the world as a big dark horse run within the LCK. Number 9 on the list is a rivalry that is the best of the best. It's a sea of dramatic and heartbreaking moments that have occurred between T1 and GenG, but who would have thunk it that in week 1, a seemingly boring matchup would give us one of the most intense and insane 50-minute endings, capped off with a Faker versus Chovy 1v1 for absolute peak cinema.
And now T1, if you kill these two, they are just dead. Chovy, the one that could tank and teleport to get Faker in there. And Ruler, he's got a Featherstorm, but he does not have his life. Owner goes down, Chovy against the wall, and he gets 2.
That's massive that Chovy's able to get those 2. There's so many standing structures up for GenG.
I mean, Faker and Chovy gets him! Chovy, you psychopath!
He's got TP, but he's not going to be able to use it here. He's just going to go home.
Oh my god!
Wait, no, he's actually going to get TP in. He actually goes home and TP's in. Faker, not fast enough to get back.
He's got an army of minions. He has an army of minions and one Nexus turret between him and a regular season Game 3 victory against T1.
How good's the wave clear now? Alone against Chovy. Not good enough, Atlas.
The seismic shove is going to go wide. These Nexus turrets go down so quickly. Chovy is going to do it in the most heart-wrenching 3rd game of any regular season of all time. And GenG will do it.
How about Chovy actually having time to grab a sip of water while he's doing the TP down to the mid lane? He has the cool guys, don't look at explosions, walk away on one of the lasers to kill Gumayushi. That was, again, week 1 action. Remember, both of those squads were just a simple 1-0 at that time. GenG would go on to finish, whatever their 23-0 ridiculous type of record was, but it was a simpler time at 1-0 for both of them. But one of the many insane pages in the novel that is T1 versus GenG. Back into the list now, on at number 8, and this play is several thousand years in the making. The prophets foretold of a KT roster upset against a then undefeated and seemingly unbeatable GenG in the LCK Summer Playoffs. But what these seers forgot to mention was that it would be at the hands of a small child throwing bubbles across the map. Bdd is back on the list at number 8.
Petals are worth more the less you have.
Yeah.
So it would give up. They have to
Ruler.
zigzag.
Zigzag over the top. There's the Nocturne. That's the combo. They don't get the kill though. Ruler going to live, and Bdd says, I'll get the kill. Don't you worry. As he's going on in, they keep him around with the bubble. As everybody doesn't get to play the game, they're just running away, tail tucked. And there's nothing they can do. As now they've got an opportunity to go for that Atakhan.
Their jungler is down, but Cuz is up a good amount sooner than Canyon is.
Looking for it again. Bdd playing with fire. He's got that flash. As now the damage comes in. Chovy steps up and dies.
So the Sleepy Trouble bubble hits.
No flash. Flash.
After the ult, he almost gets one shot. He does just survive, but then this is there. The second bubble comes through.
Keep going.
Oh, and he finds it again.
Now, Bdd again had an absolutely ludicrous Zoe performance on the world stage, but this down 2-1 against GenG was far and away the more insane play. Not to take away from the other one, but this one just deserved an extra little nod for how confident he was as a shot caller as well. And Bdd, I'm still getting over that heartbreaking Game 5 loss in the World Finals. If you're familiar with the smash hit Disney animated film Hercules, you'd know that you can go from zero to hero in no time flat. Well, it's unlikely that anybody embodies that mantra more than Doran, especially in his T1 era. From dying alone to Krugs, to saving the game with an absolutely unbelievable and seemingly impossible Atakhan steal, all within a single series. Krug Lord, you are worthy of the number 7 spot.
I actually love this from KT.
Yep, they're just going to start this one up. They don't have their jungler, but Grand Skyfall is going to be there. Or Starfall, as it is now.
It's just gone.
It is.
Wait, Kuma doesn't even have ult. No, I think this is definitely gone, but can they get out? That's the question, Atlas.
Well, there's a teleport in here from Doran. As... Oh my god, he could... Oh! Okay, Doran. All right, buddy. That is called redemption.
I want to see, does he, because he can, if he primes his Q on this, oh, that's so good. And that's why he has the, oh my, so just perfect. TP's in, primes his Q so that he has the true damage, which is better than any smite.
How about the new updated maps? You wouldn't be able to prep the Q on the little vision sphere and then wouldn't have the little mini wall for him to hookshot off of around Atakhan. So without these new inventive weird parts of the map, you wouldn't be able to make that absolutely now iconic Doran play that helped get T1 on that road to MSI almost victory, to at least qualify for MSI. So Kruglord, praise be and blessed you are as always. But we're on to number 6, and all throughout 2025, the only LPL team that could actually keep up and be competitive against the LCK was anyone's legend, and it was the unsuspecting Poppy pick out of Kael that shook the house of GenG by first bopping both carries out of the fight, and then the instant and inhuman reaction to deny Ruler's Kai'Sa entry into the fight. Make sure you eat your kale, kids.
Juro's taken a little bit of poke, but that's all it is. A little bit here from anyone's legend. As Chovy hovers around the outside, there's the Weaver's Wall to separate. Looking for the pick. Keen separates too, but the Poppy will only find one. It's onto Chovy for now, running in towards the Dragon, but it's at 4K. It ain't stealable as Keen pops the ulti. The all out there. He is getting poked down, and Shanks is sending away to the Supreme Display. Will find the mark on the side, and Ruler jumped in to a Poppy with a steadfast presence. Dragon stolen, and the fight for AL taken away. Kael, this pick pays dividends.
Keen on the flank is their target. They're trying to chunk him out as much as they possibly can. Shanks is cautious of Chovy on the flank. This ultimate separates the fight, making it difficult for Ruler and Chovy to get involved. Canyon goes in, he gets chunked out. Oh, Ruler also gets caught off in the Kael ulti, so he feels confident to go into the fight. Keen gets chunked out, he's forced to disengage. Chovy gets good damage. Ruler sees an angle when Duro goes in, but then he gets knocked up. The reaction by Kael. The Baron is secured as well.
Now, we know that Gumayusi is an absolute APM machine, trash talk king, as he showcased throughout 4 straight World Finals appearances. But after being benched earlier in 2025, it felt extra cathartic to have the T180 carry be the catalyst to send the defending champs back to semifinals in Game 5. It started with an arrow and it ended with the flash. Play number 5 is a true testament to the T1 plot armor at Worlds.
So slowly. Flandra gonna move forward, try to clear away the control ward. They're going in after the Aatrox. They set him up with the arrow. Flandra has been caught at a critical moment. Over the wall goes Doran. Wild growth coming in from Kael. Guardian Angel will bring Flandra back, but where is the damage on AL's side? Doran into the back line. Kael is already down. Doran killed in response. T1 pushing forward. Shanks the next kill. Hope trying to kite. He needs to get away because T1 have won the fight 2-1.
Flandra is trying to reset and teleport back in. He's trying to link up with the team. The minions are here. They need to turn it. That's the teleport.
Okay, T1, they've got to understand this. Aatrox is probably their target. Flandra arrives. Solar Snare looking to lock him up. Owner taking a ton of damage. Hope is excited. Flandra's got the kill. Solar Snare on Hope, but it's not going to do any more. Flandra's going to try to get away. Goes back in here for the Q1. Tarzan wants to engage with the Gumayusi, but he cannot find him. Flandra over the wall. Wants Faker. Can't get the damage. Hope can't do it either. Gumayusi's still alive. T1 out team fighting to win legend for another delayed ace.
Honorable shout out, how about Owner's Dr. Mundo making the top 5 play of the year ranking? Obviously, the Mundo had almost nothing to do with why that play made this list, but he's a part of T1 and he is the Dr. Mundo god. So shout out to Owner for at least being on the screen during that insane T1 play. into the final 4 plays from 2025, and maybe the least high stakes one left on this list, but let's be honest, more often than not, these days a pentakill is really just a super fed carry cleaning up kills around the Nexus with like a 10k gold lead. But that just means that when you do get an actual cinematic experience of a pentakill, it's all that much tastier. Cue up Gala versus JD Gaming. Not only does this man tank and leash the Atakhan, dodge an Ambessa ult, perfectly time his cleanse and his flash, but wildest of all throughout this, he even cracks a smile at the end. That's just how nasty this pentakill was.
Wink just popping the ghost from the unsealed stealth.
Still doing it.
Gala continues leashing the Atakhan so they can return to the objective. Scout is trying to now walk forward with Shun. Wink right behind him. 3,600 HP on the Atakhan is now below 2,000. Way getting dropped, but he secures the Atakhan. And now IG, they can just try and retreat. The shockwave clipping one onto Wink, getting brought down low. Scout trying to do what he can, but he was sealed up by the chain of corruptions, and Shunen's page all turn onto the side. Rookie is gonna do away with Xiaoshu on the top side. Public execution is already used. It's a double for Gala, and now
they can win this.
3 on 3. Big knockup from Mako. They eliminate Shunen. Pace is forced to flash away. It's gonna be another Gala pentakill. Another E comes down, looking for the arrow.
He's gonna get it
for Gala, and Mako setting it up beautifully, one after another. Gala wants another one back to back. Gala with the penta on Varus.
Okay, never mind. Everybody that was in shot, we actually get to Gala. He has a smile on his...
That's a 1v9 pentakill for sure. Shout out to Gala on that one. But I'm not sure there's a player that's more synonymous with 1v9 performances in the LPL than the golden left hand. And just when his boys on BLG look primed and ready to throw a Game 5 in the grand finals, Knight entered that assassin state of mind, and really, against his former top esports team, he wanted to make sure that every single one of them was eradicated from the Rift.
I feel like that was a big misread from top and a big misread from Cream on the jobs that these guys have to do. I think that you have to mark a
Hog, big pop-offs on the back end. Can they get 369 in? They take down Elk. 369 is unleashed. Shadow's eating a full culling. On trying to flash out the Unbreakable Will, but they get Shadow down next. BLG make one overstep, and TES crack down on them.
Wait,
oh my god, Knight. Wait, can he get both of these kills? Knight takes both carries out with one sweep of the Akali.
They're gonna end the game. Wait, is he gonna try and go for more?
Oh my god, Knight back in. He has the second battle. Perfect execution. He's going after Hog. There's the third kill over for Knight. Trying to find more here. Kanavi's GA popped. A Knight in shining armor rescues BLG once again when they need him most. 4 kills. Only Kanavi left to watch his entire team fall to the wayside.
And it is this fight, the one that he's not a part of, the one that Hong rips a massive engage into BLG, trying to save top esports, and we don't see Knight for any of it. That's the last time that Knight was spotted. He's just behind top. No, and Jackie Love and Cream, they want to reset. They want to play the rest of the map. It is top trying to chase. Cream is a TP to chase this one out, but they lose track of Knight. They have no vision behind them. That's a sexy looking double kill.
And then there were only 2. And it's a bit strange when the second best play of the year features a dude pressing the S key to stand still. But here we are. We know Keria is known for, let's say, a creative playstyle, but 2025 was the year of his Neeko. You could honestly probably make a top 20 list purely out of his Neeko highlights, but at the very top of the pedestal is his bait and switch that was really just a bait and never a switch that he pulled off against anyone's legend. Bonus shout out to some elite mechanics from Gumayushi to survive Shanks LeBlanc.
Flandra's going to look for a target, potentially here for the death round. Herald down to 4K. Claw hits 2, but Flandra can't get any closer. Owner wants to take the objective. Paranoia's already gone out. Herald secured by Owner as the Ornhorn comes in, but only finds one. Keria locks up Hope. Gumayushi into the back line, and the AL AD carries already down. Owner tries to flash away. Doran in the middle of everybody, but Flandra barely stays alive. He should surely die right after the shield falls, and Owner kills him. Kael's on the run. T1's on the hunt. Everybody on AL's dropping. and T1 are absolutely demolishing the LPL team.
We see it as they come in, so you end up with Shanks trying to get access to the backline, but it doesn't really work. Doran ends up getting good value, but it's Keria's ultimate here onto both the carries that sets up perfectly for the play, as Tarzan and Flandre just can't do enough.
Now, here we are at the end of the road, the final and best play of 2025. And at the start of this #1 play, you might also be thinking, it's going to be a Keria highlight again, but alas, it was all an elaborate ruse and set up by GenG, the mythological concept and legend of a 5-man Orianna Shockwave on the same rarity scale as a Sasquatch sighting is followed by 2 more 5-man ultimates, all the while Ruler is in a shooting gallery on Jhin, equates to maybe the purest, most bounciest, and downright nastiest Wombo combo of all time. It's fitting that GenG comes in our top spot after dominating 90% of the 2025 season.
Can be slippery, although it has worked in the past, as now Duro could be in trouble, but he's also not the target they're looking for. The equalizer is weird, to say the least. And T1 now without that big tool. The needlework's coming out there. The Pop Blossom is going to connect on a new shockwave under 4 people. Oh no! 5, my god, the Cyclone, and they all explode. It is over. As GenG, they'll take a celebratory dragon, and oh god, T1, that is not where you want it to be.
We got to see this again. As Keen goes in, it actually is 5.
My god!
Duro, it's a point-blank ult.
And then just the Flash Cyclone, no way to react. They're all just in the sky as soon as they come out of being golden, and they are whisked up. Oh my goodness.
That Corki going golden mid-Valkyrie is just absolutely picturesque. But that play is one that you could show to someone who doesn't even understand League of Legends or has never watched a game, and just the way things play out, the animation, seeing people go from 100 to 0, they would understand and appreciate, even if they have no knowledge of the game. We do have some knowledge, and it comes in as that #1 play of 2025. Thank you all for hanging out and watching. As always, we appreciate the support, and you best believe that we will catch you on that flippity flip.